Spaniels with Dr. Judy Morgan.
Good morning. Mila's here in the same exact spot. She's a couch potato.
Remember, you can purchase all of Dr. Morgan's products at her website at www.drjudymorgan.com. Now it's time to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. It looks like our sound and everything is working okay, but if you have any issues, let me know. So good morning. I'm back again for my weekly product update. I also had another little topic I wanted to talk today, which is why the title is Which Came First, the Chicken, the Egg, or Fish? And it's because we're going to talk about all three today. So first, I want to just give you guys a little bit of an update for those of you that just met me last week. I am Dr. Judy's daughter, Gwen, and I myself have a daughter named Sarah, and she is 10 months old. And as you can see, I just got out of the shower, and she's on her way to daycare. So we're running a little behind schedule today. But if you have kids, you probably know exactly what that's like. But her first week of daycare was this week, and I was very, very anxious about it. If you've ever sent either your fur child or your human child to daycare or boarding or something like that, it's a very anxiety-producing experience just being with new people that you haven't been with before. But she's been doing great. She loves playing with the other kids, and they're taking very good care of her. So I am very happy to report that that has gone well for those of you that have been keeping up with the family saga. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about fish to start off with. So we had the great herring incident of 2021 where I accidentally purchased, I think this is 12 whole ounces of herring. So almost a pound of herring. They're these little fish. There's freeze-dried, they're single ingredient, literally just the herring from Icelandic Plus. We love this company, very clean treats. And they are just literally whole freeze-dried little fish. So I bought a whole 12-ounce bag because I thought that they were the smaller 3-ounce bags. And they actually ended up being popular, so I bought more, and it was not a big deal. But I did, as promised, get the 3-ounce bag. So as you can see, it's about a quarter of the size. A much more practical size for most of you that have small dogs. It's the exact same thing, literally just less fish in a bag. And for those of you that didn't join us for the herring introduction, this is a really great treat for your pet because it is a nice source of omegas and taurine, plus their single ingredient, which we love. These can be given to cats or dogs. So for my cat people out there, the cats can also get these. My cat won't chew up the whole fish. He kind of eats like the guts portion and leaves the head and the tail, and then the dogs eat the head and the tail. So it all works out in my house. But these are now available on the website. They are Icelandic Plus whole herring treats. And again, they can be for cats or dogs, and you can get this much more manageable 3-ounce size. Or if you have big dogs, or quite a few dogs, there's the 12-ounce size, which you do save some money when you get them in 12 ounces. So both options are now available. What I really wanted to talk about today, though, is chickens and eggs. So if you've kept up with my family, you know that my grandmother, also known as Nanny, is the chicken lady. They love her. They follow her around like mother hen. She raised chickens when she was a young girl as well. And so we have, I think, 10 or 12 chickens now. And they're all egg-laying hens of different kinds. So what happens when we are looking for products for our own animals is we do a lot of research and we stumble upon these great things that are natural and healthy or just fun. And we get them for our own animals, test them out, and if we like them, then we go ahead and say, hey, would anyone else be interested in these? And we'll usually start carrying the product. So that's what happened with PEA, which has gotten super popular. We literally, Dr. Judy stumbled upon it because she was looking for it for her own dogs, found a great source of it, and then we started carrying it. So we are now carrying naturally healthy chicken products. I don't know a ton about chickens, but I have done some research because we are now catering to a chicken demographic as well as cats and dogs. But the really important thing that I wanted to talk about with chickens is that we recommend feeding our dogs and cats eggs very frequently. Eggs we consider a superfood. They're really a great source of vitamins, fat-soluble vitamins, and they're a great source of protein. So you can feed them raw or cooked. You can literally just crack an egg over top of your dog's food in the morning. You can feed it as a treat or a snack. Great, great superfood to add to your pet's diet. The thing that we don't talk as much about is that the way that the chicken is fed and raised makes a very big difference about what the nutrition profile of the egg turns out to be. So if you do your research, it's been commonly known for probably close to 20 years now, they found out that basically how the chickens are treated and fed and raised makes a difference with their meat as well as their eggs. So there's a direct relationship between the nutrition of the chicken and the eggs that are produced. So something that's important to remember is if they are pasture raised and exposed to sunlight, they're going to have more vitamin D in the eggs, also more vitamin A and E, more omegas, and it's going to be lower in cholesterol and fat, which we don't worry about as saturated fat. We don't worry about that as much with the cats and dogs, but for humans, sometimes that is a consideration. And chickens have a very short digestive tract. So that's why the nutrition is so key when it comes to them producing eggs. And if they're meat chickens, then they're meat. The other thing I wanted to mention is that these eggs are going to be high in their fat-soluble vitamins. So that's A, D, E, and K. So if you have a pasture-raised chicken and they're exposed to sunlight, you're going to have more vitamin D for sure, more vitamin A, E, and K in those eggs. So when you're looking for eggs for your dog, it's an amazing thing if you can go local to a smaller farm that's not like a factory farm, and their eggs are going to be more nutritious for both you and your pets. If you can't, we completely understand that just the regular grocery store eggs are still a great source of vitamins and protein. But if you can find happy chickens that lay really rich eggs, you will even notice the difference. The yolks will be a much brighter color, I guess a deeper color, not brighter, but a deeper gold color. You'll notice a difference right off the bat when you crack them open. So keeping chickens naturally healthy, when COVID hit, if you were one of those people that got backyard chickens, I know tons of people did, they do make natural chicken products. So we have 5 that we added to the store. And the first one is called Super Egg. These are all made in the USA, and they're all supposed to be naturally healthy products for your chicken from the poultry store. So Super Egg, let me get my description. I don't know where it went. So this is going to be, as it is, there you go. As it implies, it helps with egg laying. So the Super Egg stimulates and supports egg production. It'll enhance the yolk color, so that deep, rich gold color of the yolk. And it also encourages larger eggs. So this is just something that you can sprinkle on their food. Some of the ingredients, like it has cayenne pepper, basil, parsley, ginger. It's all natural, and you just sprinkle it on top of their food. So that's Super Egg. The next one is Natural Wonder. And this is kind of like an healthy immune booster for chickens. So this is helping to fight infection. They get different, there's different common diseases like bumblefoot and rays, I think is the other one. So this is helpful for that. and it aids in blood flow, blood circulation, feather growth. It's an anti-inflammatory, and it just helps to ward off some common flock viruses and things like that. This is called Natural Wonder, basically like a little immune booster for your chickens. And again, this one you just sprinkle on top of their food. Yeah. Okay. Our third one is Parasite Control. So this one's actually very interesting when I was researching it. The Parasite Control is actually not necessarily parasites that are on the chicken. So you actually sprinkle this either on the ground of their coop. Well, it can be on the ground outside if they're outdoor chickens as well, but it's supposed to repel parasites and rodents. So if you sprinkle it on the ground, it's supposed to deter rats, mice, lice, ticks, and so you just sprinkle it on the floor or where the chickens sleep, and the chickens can actually pick out some little pieces in here that are edible, and apparently the smell is supposed to deter rodents and things like that from getting in your chicken coop. So this is actually parasite control, not necessarily on the chickens, but a preventative thing to try to keep them away from the chickens. On that same note, they do have a dewormer. So this is pretty self-explanatory. It's a dewormer. And this is actually the one that we fed to our chickens first that got us introduced to this company. So the natural dewormer, obviously it aids in coccidiosis, blackhead, E. coli, bronchitis, and avian flu, and it helps them shed parasites that are entering into their digestive system. So it's an all-natural dewormer, and all of these you either sprinkle on the ground, on their coop, where they're sleeping, or on their food. So these are all, it's not like you have to administer medications to your chicken. The other thing that's really cool about these products, I think all but one, if not all of them, on the website in the product description, it has all this information if I skip something. But you can actually feed these to your chickens while you're consuming their eggs, which is a big thing. A lot of the chemical dewormers, they tell you, obviously, don't eat their eggs while you're using it because their digestive tract is so short. Anything they eat pretty much goes straight to the eggs unless it's filtered out by their liver or something beforehand. So it's really important to remember with chickens, especially if you're eating their eggs, to be cognizant of whatever they're eating could be affecting their eggs. But these things, all of these items are safe to administer while you are still consuming their eggs. So it's a big thing that I learned, that you want to be careful of whatever medications you're putting into the chicken. Obviously, it's pretty self-explanatory. If you're eating its meat or its eggs, could be contaminated with whatever you're feeding them. Okay, last but certainly not least, I'm running out of room over here. A lot of chicken stuff on my desk. Okay, last but not least is my favorite, which is the chicken party pack. And this is supposed to be basically just like a fun thing for your chickens. So it does have whole food vitamin and mineral sources in it, but it also is really just supposed to be full of treats and goodies that the chickens really love. So I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, but it's full of little pieces that they can pick out. And when you dump it on the ground, they go crazy for it. But it's basically supposed to be a fun treat for your chickens that also has the added benefits of vitamins, minerals, and trying to boost their immune system. And so this company, the big thing that they advocate for, which is also what we advocate for, is they try to do a lot with whole foods. So you'll see a lot of these mixes, they'll say it's a source of vitamins, minerals, and natural antibiotics. So antibiotics, when it comes to the meat industry, I feel like we try to avoid that at all costs. And so when they say natural antibiotics, they mean there's some natural whole food ingredients or herbs that can act as an antibacteria, but it's not an actual antibiotic. So this is the chicken party pack. And again, all 5 of the chicken items are on the website, as well as the new herring. And there's even a new category on the website that says for chickens. So I'm going to do my research and learn a little bit more about chickens, and we might add more stuff for those of you that are backyard chicken raisers. I will say birds are not really my thing. I'm a duck advocate. I love ducks, but all other birds kind of scare me a little bit. So We might get into ducks as well whenever I have time to raise some ducks. I'm very passionate about ducks. So I think that's it for today, but basically the moral of the story, besides all the new stuff that we're adding on our website, is try to be cognizant of when you're sourcing proteins or any of your ingredients, especially if you're doing treats or homemade food for dogs. Try to just be aware that whatever that animal is consuming or exposed to, one way or another, it can affect you when you're consuming the protein yourself. So that's a very important lesson that we have learned with our chickens. We knew that before, but with our chickens especially, we're eating their eggs every day. Our whole family is eating their eggs. So we're trying to be very careful about making sure what the chickens eat is good quality, so that way the eggs that we consume are also good quality. So that's just a little food for thought. I think that is it for chickens. So which came first, the chicken, the egg, or the fish? In this case, it was the fish. But I don't think that's a very popular saying. But thanks for joining us. I don't know what we're going to talk about next week, but it'll be something exciting. Oh, yes. Ducks. I absolutely love ducks. If you've never been around a duckling, they're just the best. Oh, so cute. Yes, eggs from happy chickens. And I bored Mila to sleep. But you'll have the doctor back tomorrow and Friday, I think. All right, see you guys later.